Good morning, all. Welcome to Crafting with Joel. Today, I thought we would talk a little bit about setting up a craft room or what you might want to do to make your craft experience, whether you're knitting or you're crocheting, a little bit more cozy. Now, you guys know that I moved this chair up to my master bedroom. I'm solely crafting now from this chair. I am still planning on getting the craft room, which will actually double as my spare bedroom, probably this summer. The reason it's taking me longer is the husband. He's not able to help, and I've got some really big, heavy things that it's a two-person job to move. So that's going to be a slower process. But in the meantime, I've made this area work. And I'm going to show you the setup. Other than you guys know I have the chair. I found this great little table at an art show that my city was having over the weekend. And if you're on my Facebook post, you've probably seen me post a picture of it. And I'm sorry that the tripod is moving. You're on the ottoman section that slants down on my things, so I'm kind of holding it. I'm a little bit shaky today. But a little table can go a long way. As you'll see, I have my project bag on top. Of course, I have my coffee and my water. Underneath it, you really can't, I'd have to really turn you. Okay, yeah, let me get my hand out of here. I'm going to point to it with my little pinky. That little basket right there is where I have my yarns and stuff. And you could easily put like a sewing basket or a small yarn basket underneath to hold projects or yarns that you're not currently working on. The other key thing is when you're working or you're knitting, you're crocheting, lighting is so important. And as you guys remember, I do have my Lumineer lights behind me. And these are great for up close. But I also went to my local Home Depot store and I actually got another floor light. I'm going to kind of pull you guys out. This is my floor light. Now, it kind of matches that one. The only difference is the one that's on that side of the bed is black. This one's silver. But it gives some natural light, especially if I'm working and I can move this one anywhere I want to give better lighting to my crafting projects. And this is very, very important, especially if you're working on yarn that is darker in color. And I'm going to pull out a couple of my yarns. And you can see some of these yarns are going to be incredibly dark. And they're going to be harder to see. Like, I have a blue, and then eventually I'm going to go to, that's the one I'm currently working on. I'm going to go to a black. Now, this is really hard. This is actually a charcoal. But they're very, very hard to see. And good lighting helps illuminate that so that you have your proper stitch count and stuff. Right now, I'm working on a Stephen West shawl. And you can kind of see I'm still at the very beginning of it. It'll get much bigger. But this is one of his shawls that I'm working on. Also, I thought I'd talk about a little bit about needles. I've had some friends that are not quite YouTube. They look at my YouTube. They may not be subscribers. They've come and asked me what needles I prefer to use. Now, my philosophy is I'm never going to give you guys advice on what needles to buy because needles to me are very personal. And they're tailored to the user. So what works for me may not work for the average person. But I thought I'd throw this out both for crochet as well as knitting needles. I have the Shigu, I have the Hiya, I have the Addies. Those are the Hiyas are not my preference. Those I can already say I do not like the Hiyas. My Shigus are on the back burner. They are my backup pair because I now own 2 full sets of Addi Click I own a pair of lace weight Addy interchangeables, and now I own a set of Rocket interchangeables. So you might be wondering, what's the difference? Well, the lace weight are round and they're smooth. The Rockets, which are these, they are actually square, and it's really hard. It'll be really hard to show you, but you can kind of see that these are square, and I'm going to try to have the camera hopefully pick it up. It's really hard. It's very, very, very hard to see that these are in fact square. And well, there, I think that's the best you're going to see. But these are actually easier for me to knit with than the lace. Now, don't get me wrong, I love my lace equally to this, and I will be using both sets of needles, but the Rockets are probably the ones that I'm going to gravitate to more often than the lace weight, although I've got 2 projects on the lace weight and I have 2 projects on the Rocket right now. So, same with crochet hooks. Like, I like my Furl crochet hooks. Those are not for everybody. They're really expensive. They're about 25 to 30 bucks per hook. I also have the Prism hooks that I bought that I haven't worked with yet, but those would be my next preference. And then I have a set of interchangeable crochet hooks by Knit Picks. And they basically, you guys have seen them, they screw in. They work just as well. And since I don't crochet as much as I knit, I don't need a ton of fancy needles, although I would say my Furls needles would be my more fancy, but I don't crochet enough to have a fully invested set of crochet hooks. Now, I do use the Susan Bates crochet hooks, and I use them more for knitting. Like if I drop a stitch, I can easily pick up a stitch rather than having to grab out one of the more expensive needles. So that's my setup, and this is a great setup for me for right now because I can get things done much faster. Also having the table, and I'm going to tip you over, I also am able to keep my pattern nice and neat on my table. And this is, like I said, this is wonderful because I don't have to have multiple, and sorry, I'm moving you guys into a better spot. I don't have to have multiple bags or projects going on. If I want to do one at a time, or even if I want to do 2 at a time, I have the option of grabbing my other project bag. And we're going to get into the project bags, probably not, well, actually, maybe the next video. I'm going to talk about these bags, these project bags. Now, these bags are not for the faint of heart, and we're not going to get into it today. And I think there might actually be a video on my project bag, but it's been a while since I've done a video, so I'm digressing. You guys are probably seeing, if you haven't already, I do have the Pride nails done. And unfortunately, this light's not doing them justice, but I'll kind of let you see them in the light because they look much. There we go. They look much better when they're in light. But I did do the Pride nails. I'm getting them redone in 2 weeks, and you guys will notice a change in my hair after a 6-month hiatus. I have decided to have my hair blended so that my grays and my blondes come out more naturally. So my hair is actually, I had somebody last night when I went out to the bar, he's like, oh, you got your hair dyed blonde. And I'm like going, no, I did not get it dyed blonde. My natural hair color actually is blonde. I am a natural blonde. Now, I am not this light of a blonde, but because I am predominantly silver up front and on the sides now, I give the illusion that I am a platinum blonde, and I'm actually a little bit darker than that. I would be considered a strawberry blends because the back of my head still comes in a little bit darker than the front end. So you're going to see a subtle change in my hair colors. I'm going to stay blonde from here on out. I'm getting too old to do the chemical processes and the long dyes, and it takes forever for me to get rid of it. So I'm going to go the more natural route and have my hair blended so that my natural blonde comes out. And I, again, am a natural blonde. And you can tell by my beard, I'm all white. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. The other thing I wanted to mention to you is, and I think I addressed this in the last video, start getting your Christmas projects done, or at least starting them. Get all of your supplies, start working on them a little at a time. I've already completed 2. I'm about to complete, well, I'm midway through number 3. And that leaves me 4 more to do. And if you do it throughout the year versus waiting till the last second to do them, you're going to be much happier than if you wait till the fall and then have to be settled with all these projects that you're not 100% sure you can finish in time to give for Christmas. So it's always good. This is the perfect time to start that Christmas project. And work on a little bit each day. Now, you can do other projects. Like I said, I've got 2 projects simultaneously that are going on that I'm working on, and I will get both of them done relatively soon. This one should take me about another 3 weeks or so. It depends on how much. And I just started this last Saturday, so this is already a week's worth of knitting. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Tune in soon. I'll do another one. They're going to be a little bit more sporadic this summer just because of life going on. And I'm going to announce this already. I am going to be taking probably most of August off. I am having a double surgical procedure done at the end of August. But I'll keep you guys posted on that. It's not going to affect my knitting. I just need some downtime to prepare for that and for other things. So, until next time, craft on, and I will see you on the next Crafting with Joel video.